Oh, this shit a bop though. I can't even lie. Oh yeah. So if you don't know by now, it's another episode of I'll Toast to That Pod. I'm Juan.
Sauce, forehead.
And we got a special guest today.
Come on, three special
Guest today, okay? Introduce yourself.
I am comedian chef Metchie Davis.
Talk your shit.
Please let me. Let me.
Talk your
I'm
shit.
Metchie guys, joining these guys, to talk some shit this evening, so what does it give?
So we started with Saweetie.
Yes.
Because it's a lot that went on in the social media world this weekend.
Let's get into it.
Yeah, how y'all feel about the Quavo Saweetie breakup, the split?
Niggas hopped in her DMs quick. As soon as they heard that, it was like, "Hey, yo, Saweetie, I don't know how you pronounce your name, but sugar, honey, iced tea, I can love you. I ain't got as much money as Quavo, but I can love you."
Hey, yo, how you feel about it, Metchie?
I'm here for her decision making, her rolling out. I'm getting a lot of chitter chatter about, what Quavo did, or that's what she did, or the Birkins didn't matter, all that extra stuff about the gifts. But I'm definitely, I stand with her in the decision that she made to get the fuck out of there. If you ain't getting what if it ain't giving what it was supposed to give.
Okay.
Bye.
Is it confirmed that she left him and he didn't leave?
I don't know. I guess it's up for debate,
It's
but
up and
technically, I guess some rumors were swirling, and she confirmed that she left him. She's saying that, there was some instances where he was, unfaithful, and because of that, she made an active decision to be like, yeah, I'm out. I think the controversy was behind. She had an interview. I forgot who the interview was with.
Just LA?
Yeah. Just LA Boy. She had an interview with him, and I think that maybe she said some things in the way that Quavo didn't like, which is why they thought Quavo ended it, because he was like, "Yeah, no, you ain't have to do all that. Maybe you told something of our business. Who knows?" But she, I guess, ended it.
And she was also on her ex-boyfriend's podcast.
Yeah.
Diddy's son.
I thought he was on the Just LA Boy with her.
She's been on
she on a tour?
Yeah. She's on a media
tour?
Yeah, right now.
She must be driving some hot shit.
Yeah, like that's up.
Well, it is what it is. All I feel like is you got one job. All we probably asking that girl is to be honest or be faithful in the relationship. If you can't give it up that way, and apparently there's been several instances. It's not just like one, which to each woman, each his own. You can leave after one. It is what it is, but. Apparently, there's been a consistent thing.
I feel like it's three sides to every story.
That's true.
I feel like
his side, her side, the truth.
Yep. I feel like also Cardi backed Quavo on this whole thing.
Of course, she going to.
So
she going to.
I mean, how do you feel about that?
You have to. You
First
have no
of all,
choice.
I didn't know
Did
that.
she have to? She could have stayed silent behind the whole thing.
She could have, but she going.
So it's one, I didn't know that, but two, what I will say is that I'm not necessarily I'm not always like I should say this right. I'm not the best fan of Cardi's decision making all the time. So I think the proper thing in that instance was to probably be silent and be removed from it all. You know what I mean? But I don't know what backing Quavo means. You know what I mean? Like, does that mean
I got a question for you.
right? Like, what does that mean?
Have you stayed through cheating?
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah.
Why? What made you stay?
It depends. So it's all.
So there's levels.
There's levels to it now.
Okay.
It's levels to how the cheating happened during what time period. There's always stuff to consider, and not to say this is not a pick me moment.
Right.
None of that shit. Leave. If your standards are this is it, get the hell out of here. There were different scenarios, different instances. Maybe it happened during a time where things were, shaky. There's just been different stuff. Sometimes I have left after the one time. Like, nope, I don't have no tolerance for it. Like, right now, I'm at a zero tolerance for it.
This
Like,
is
zero.
So, question: if someone cheats, is it better that they just cheated with one person and like they steadily cheated with this one person? They met one person, they just cheated with them, or they cheated with multiple people?
It really depends on the woman. It depends. There's some women that probably can validate that. For me, hell no. Because honestly, it on either sides of that coin, it's two coins, two sides of the same coin.
Other?
No, not necessarily. Because one, if you're consistently cheating with the same person, that means that person is
It's a relationship.
It's a relationship, and that's a problem. So say we talked. you know, and I brought this person like, hey, this person is problematic here. Like, let this go. And so we agreed, we spoke about it, and you say, all right, you know what? Sorry, that was that. We let this thing go. Let's move forward with you and I. And then this person comes up again. So now this person is a problem.
Yeah.
You can't get rid of this person, right? And so then you can, you know, someone can equally say, oh, you know, I would feel so much better if it was different people because now you have a problem. So if it's a different bitch every other sometimes 6 months.
You can't keep your vagina or your dick to yourself.
Yeah.
Or you actually liking this other person.
Right. And that's where you should be. You know, like honestly, like because we're not going to keep doing that, are we? We're not going to keep.
Because I mean, be sister wives.
And you know what? And maybe not. And maybe you're not toxic. You know, some things can be considered. I don't know if anybody sitting here can have a sister wife. I don't even know if Quavo has to have a sister wife. You know, if you on your Jeff Bezos coin and you just like, hey bitches, y'all need to get along, I might go work something out.
So money is a factor as well. So
I'm just fucking.
I was gonna say,
if you're in a committed relationship, you want those feelings.
Right.
I'm just messing.
Okay.
But literally, it's two sides of the same coin because to that degree, you have someone that it's always someone else. Then there's a problem there. You know, that's that person that you just you have to just. My thing is, because I've been seeing a lot of, and we can touch on this, a lot of, someone tweeted and was like, oh, I guess the Birkins don't matter after all. I guess the gifts don't matter after all. So here's your thing. I don't care what kind of, everybody's got their thing of what women require. And there's been this unspoken thing that women should have to tolerate the bare minimum or bullshit of some ashy niggas, whatever he thinks she should have. And so your standards and your requirements coming into a relationship can be whatever. Like whatever. If there's a girl that's like, I want you to take me on a $10,000 trip every single year. I want this, whatever her standards are. I want bags, I want shoes. If those are her standards, that's fine, right? If her standards are, I don't want any of that stuff. And I just want your love and your time, and I want to go out to eat once. That's fine for her too. If there's somebody who is just like, I feel like you can do whatever you want to do.
So women do cheat too. I don't want this just to be a man.
Yeah.
Okay,
both,
so we know that. Okay.
A man's standards. If your standard as a man is like, yeah, I don't ever want you to wear weave and makeup and blah, 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 blah. You find a woman that fits in there, and that's your standard. You can have that. Then there's a man that's just like, you know, I want you to keep yourself up. You can wear your weaves, and you can do whatever as long as you look nice. Or you don't have any standards for that. And you're just like, look, man, let's just make sure we ain't fussing all the time. Or whatever your standards are, I feel like it should be, I don't give a fuck how outlandish shit is.
Yeah, don't go against
because each person can tell you, like, you can have your standards. Like, who's to say? If I say I want a Birkin or whatever it is, you can say it's shallow or whatever it is, but that's that person's standard. So if you get with them, just know what their standards are, right?
Make sure you can keep up with that vibe.
And make sure you can keep up with it. And if you can't, then you can't bash somebody for her standard. That's just not your chick, right?
That's right.
Or that's just not your guy.
Well, you shouldn't have a Birkin if you ain't got a house. That's one thing.
And that's the thing.
There's people with Benzes who don't have cribs.
And that's a dumb decision.
We don't even have to go that far. I've seen an Audi in an apartment. You know, so that's none of my business.
I drive an Audi and live in an apartment.
Why not?
Shots going already.
The shots are there. Didn't even know. Why are you doing it? You know?
Why are you doing it?
What? Wait.
I mean,
to that same degree, I travel for work, right? Okay. Like I'm always traveling, and so to that degree, if you do have an Audi or a Benz or whatever, and it's not practical for you to have a house, you don't have to follow those standards.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, it's one thing if you got an Audi, you in an apartment and broke. Okay, studio audience, happening. What you back there?
We just gonna act like that's not happening.
It's alright. Step up and fix that. What's happening here? But yeah, so like everybody's standards. Obviously, you can weigh the options, right? You know if you should or shouldn't. Like, there's guys. I'm sure you don't have a house. Or whatever, but if you're rich,
clearly we're in an apartment, so
but not
clearly we're filming.
If you don't have a house, it don't mean he don't have a house. Like, that's not the standard. If his accounts are okay, his finances are in order, like, that's fine. You can have, like, the priority at the time could have been a nicer car because this is where I spend the most time.
Right.
Okay. So all that's fine.
Are you a person that believes in monogamy?
Yeah, to the degree that two people. I believe monogamy isn't a one person thing. Two people have to agree to it, and then that's fine.
Okay.
It's not a thing, and we can get into if humans can be monogamous forever. Everybody's different. Yeah. I think it's a people thing. There are some men who cannot be monogamous. There are some women who cannot. And I feel like the importance is not whether they can or can't be, but whether you know if you can or can't be. Like, identify yourself.
So how do you keep the spice in your relationship to stay away from the cheating and the, all of that? I mean, you shouldn't want to cheat, but, how do you keep the spice in your relationship?
I don't know if that's true. You can't say you shouldn't want to. I think it's all about open lines of communication, right? So, like, I think that's a lot of times where it happens, where things just can't be said or feelings just can't be expressed, and we really are all human. So I should be able to come to you and be like, to be perfectly honest, last year the shit was cool, but I'm sick of looking at the beard. I'm not attracted to the shit no more. You think you can trim it down? You know what I mean? Like, dead ass.
That's real.
And maybe you don't want to, right? And maybe you don't want to, but it's just about the freedom of just being able to talk, like, hun, because it's almost as like we keep up this facade of this fairy tale of how things should be. You know what I mean? If you got with a girl and she was exceptionally sexy, really shapely, and then in the last 5 years she has completely beefed the fuck up, like, it doesn't have to go, without being saying, without saying that, like, no, we love her, whatever she looks. No, sis, can we together collectively get to the gym? Because I feel like I'm losing sight of what I was attracted to, and I'm going to get back to that.
Yeah,
but you got to communicate that to be able to get that.
Effectively,
So you were saying, we said before, like, in terms of monogamous. Me personally, I believe everybody has the ability to.
Yeah.
It's more of a want, because it's not, people like, oh, well, it's in the, like, I've heard especially a lot of guys be like, even girls, like, it's not in my makeup to be that way. Your mind controls your body. Your body does not control your mind.
I agree.
So when it comes to that, people be like, "Oh well, I can't do it." Yes, you can. You make the decision of whether you want to cheat or not. You make the decision of whether you're gonna lay down with this person or not.
Right. And that goes back to your requirements, right?
Yeah.
So, like, if you are actively dealing with somebody, like if I come to someone, a guy, girl, and I say, hey, I am like extremely monogamous. Like when I'm feeling someone, this is what I want, and they say, yeah, I've never been monogamous. You know what I mean? Like, I like you, I'm feeling you, but there's like a 90% chance that I'm probably gonna frolic, right?
Yeah. I'm a frolic.
At that point, I'm gonna frolic, right? You hear that?
Streets calling.
I'm gonna frolic, and so it's just like I can make an active decision at that time to do something that a lot of women do, and be like, with me he will be, right? He's gonna be monogamous with me, and then when he's not, now you hurt. But it's like,
that's a good point. That's a good point. So a lot of women, when they meet a man, and hopefully that man is telling them, what they want up front, and they say, hey, I'm not really looking for a relationship right now.
Right.
A lot of women feel like they could change that man's mind.
And it's so detrimental, and I hate to see it, to be perfectly honest. Because honestly, I mean, we all say, like, I ain't got a nigga for everything to say is I don't got no reason to lie. They have every reason to lie.
Every reason to lie.
I don't got no reason to lie. But really, if you can just keep it a buck in the beginning, it just makes it better for everybody.
Exactly.
Like, and I think it's underestimated that all women just want these, outlandish or fairy tale and love relationships. Sometimes y'all might want the same thing, and if you keep it a buck, we can knock that out in the beginning.
Right.
Maybe I don't want a relationship either. Like, maybe I just got out of something. I'm just really looking to pass the time, or just have a good time, or have somebody to talk to. Yeah. Maybe you want the same thing too, and maybe we can smash every other time. And that's so great to know.
I think the thing also about communication is people, like, they're afraid to disappoint somebody. There's a reason why they don't want to say certain things.
And that's true.
Or expose themselves. That's
true.
Yeah.
And so that's why it's important, and we can get into the deepness of having your self-work done. Therapy is the best thing anybody can do for themselves, right? Get to a point where you're so content and you're so cool with yourself that I have to give it up this way. Yeah. So it's like, if it's not okay with you, I'm okay with it not being okay with you, but I gotta let you know, because what I can't do is pretend like I'm something I'm not, right?
Yeah.
So it's just like, I don't want to sit here and pretend like I'm okay with you being morbidly obese or something. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, hey, this is me. This is who I am. I've been through it. I worked through it. And so this is a thing for me. Or I don't want to pretend like I'm okay that you smoke because I don't want to hurt your feelings. I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? If you smoke cigarettes, I don't care what you look like. With me, we can smoke weed all day. We can smoke hookah all day. If you smoke cigarettes, you're probably not going to be my guy. And so I'm not going to get with you thinking that later down the line he's going to fall in love and he's going to change. That's not fair. Right? So
but if the vibe is right, and the relationship develop and evolve into something that you like and y'all both want,
right?
Would you put up with that? Like it's like the smoking it, and not cheating or anything like that, but the small things.
Probably not. So, but that's the thing.
So that's basically one of your.
It's my deal breakers, right? And I would communicate that, right? And so, not to say that for the safety of myself, I guess, I want to go on record and just saying that, like, nah, we just probably wouldn't be able to move forward with that. But even if we did, I would make it so plain that, like, hey, I'm going to move forward with you, but I have an expectation for you to stop smoking.
So what are your deal What are your deal breakers?
Like I'm gonna go shallow and the deeper end stuff. So shallow end, no cigarettes. I hate cigarettes. Yeah. It's so nasty. It's
cigars.
Sticks. No, cigars are okay.
Okay.
I know, right? And that's just like a newly thing. A bigger cigarette, right? But you're not breathing it in.
It looks cooler, I guess.
It looks cooler. But honestly, cigars stink so bad.
Yeah,
It's really grown man swaggy.
No, I got you.
And so I had one the other day. It's so funny. I was with a friend. But either way, I guess maybe because I made up in my mind that you're not like, you don't inhale cigars. And so I don't know.
Right.
But either way, cigars definitely probably even smell worse than cigarettes. So I don't know. I'm on the fence about it. No cigarettes. Obviously hygiene is like that's a thing.
Wait, people still have a hygiene issue?
They probably niggas is nasty. Niggas is
COVID.
dirty.
I like how you said hygiene.
It's even it's worse. I'm telling you, it's bad. Washing your hands and washing your ass is two different things. Niggas is out here washing their hands frequently, washing their ass every now and again. It's just I don't know.
Damn.
I am a
kids. If they have a kid.
Oh no, that's not a deal breaker for me. I love kids.
Okay.
Oh, a gang of kids. I do have a limit. Future is a nasty end of that spectrum. I'm okay. You know what I mean? Because I mean we're in that age.
It's zero
now.
to future.
There's zero, there's future, and there's some in between that. Yeah, I'm not a kid's kind. And especially at this age, like we're 30 plus.
Some woman that's a deal breaker, like,
and that's fine. But again, it's about knowing.
yours.
It's about knowing it. She needs to make that plain. I'm sorry. Unfortunately for me, it doesn't matter what your personality is. It don't matter what you got going on. I don't want your kids. Right? That's not a deal breaker for me. I love kids. Kids to baby mama ratio is also a thing.
Whew, that's a real thing.
Yeah, 2 kids.
It's a mouthful.
Right, 2 kids.
So 4 to 3 not looking good for you. 4 kids, 3 different babies.
3 to 3.
Well, shit, you
3
already...
kids is a red, like I'm considering. Even if it's one baby mama, it's just like
All right.
that's a lot to take on because I don't have any children yet, so we still have to have some, right?
Gotcha.
And then 3 baby mamas. I'm out of here. I don't know what you're doing. Like, you have a hobby. You like after a while, they're like baseball cards.
Yeah,
like, that's what you like to do. I found her, and I'm gonna, pop a kid. So I won't be for the 4th.
That's for real.
And so yeah, that's that. Finances, and so and I say that because, like you said, you have to play to your strengths. Mm-hmm. It would not be beneficial for me to be with somebody who has poor money management. Okay. And I say that because I'm only like moderate. I'm not I'm not exceptional in that area, so I kind of need you to be.
Somebody has to. Okay, you want someone.
I need a balance. Both of us can't be spending all of that money.
I got a question for you. Do you have a minimum of how much you would expect somebody to make?
Okay. Let's get into that.
This
right?
sounds real gold diggerish now.
It does.
It's not.
But it's not.
That's a legit question.
So this is not. So I want to go back to something, right? And then I'll answer the question.
Okay.
So there are a black culture, black people, right, are the only people that even get asked or expected to consider a bare minimum. These questions don't get asked in Asian households. Right. These questions don't get asked in white households.
No, they do.
They do not. Well, to the degree that you just can't. If I am a Asian man and I am a tech genius and I make, $1.2 million a year, it's almost unheard of. You probably wouldn't even approach my daughter. Right? With your $20,000 asking her, is this shit a date with ramen noodles and shit on the floor, the shit you see on Instagram, and y'all, ladies, is this a date? Is this cool? Probably not.
But I added shrimp in the noodles. What you mean?
I don't give a fuck. because when I'm with my dad.
Yeah, I got that. So, but what Asian culture, especially, they, career-wise, if you're not they train their kids to be something.
Exactly.
So it's almost, if their kid wants to be an artist or something, it's like, no, what the fuck?
Probably. So, and then that's their standard. That's fine. So when you come, and because the questions we get asked on Instagram, ladies, if he worked at McDonald's and he made $15,000, is it still love? Probably the fuck not. In any other household, why do I have to settle for it, right? Yeah. And so, if I'm being frank, so I do very well for myself, right? And so it doesn't necessarily make sense, even if you have a beautiful personality, whatever. As a person that doesn't have this cookie cutter standard, if you're nice enough and I can see that you have a potential to go somewhere, sure, we can work around that. Okay. But as a standard. No, I don't want to consider that if you make $18,000 a year, is it love because I'm shallow? Not necessarily, but damn, I'm somewhere.
Right.
I would like you to be there with me.
All right, so wait, because there's also an age thing too. So you get out of college, you're not going to be making the same amount of money.
Of course.
So if you met a man that I don't know how young you would date a person you would date.
I don't typically date younger than myself, so yeah.
Okay. Well, that answers that.
Yeah, that answers
that.
Yeah, I'm not. So I'm not looking for nobody out of college because, sir, you're a child. I'm probably helping, you know what I mean? So yeah, we're all 30. Like, I'm not looking. I'm sorry. You know, you can have a beautiful person. I'm not really looking to help you in your rap career. Right. I'm not there. You know, I don't want to listen to your SoundCloud. Your SoundCloud.
That nigga might blow though.
And he might, and I think that's beautiful. And it's not a thing. I'm not feeling bad if he blows because he was pushing SoundCloud for 10 years and he finally popped. I'm not like, damn. That's just like good for you.
Ain't make it till 26.
I'm really glad that worked out.
2 Chainz ain't make it till like 30 something.
And that's great.
I don't reinvent himself.
Yeah. But according to 2 Chainz, and I don't know if we can just hold any validity to the lyrics. 2 Chainz won't broke before,
Selling drugs was lucrative.
Drug business was lucrative. So if you're okay with that and you dating a dope, I'm not dating a dope boy right now at this age. See what I got going on. I've aged out of that. Yeah. I'm not saying there couldn't have been a time.
Dispensary person, maybe.
Yeah. 2 Chainz and his grandma was moving weight. And so it's just like, that was a family business.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't like that. I don't like that a lot of black women, like white women do not get asked that. Like, hey, beautiful, would you settle for a man? Hell no, actually. She's going for the gusto. Right. And that's the standard. Nobody's asking Kim Kardashian if she would settle for a beautiful soul that makes $25,000. You wouldn't dare ask her that.
She married a regular dude.
Who?
I want to say she's been married like 4 times. I want to say
it was a baseball player. It was Kanye and she ain't married.
Maybe it was regular.
Jerry. Yep, no regulars.
It was Chris though.
Chris Humphries. She married Chris Humphries, but basketball player.
No. I'm talking about the mother. The mother.
Chris Jenner.
Jenner, the black guy. He's a regular guy. He don't do nothing special.
That's fine. Chris Jenner's at a place in her life where she kind of just.
She married.
How frank can we be here?
Audience told us it's Justin Bieber's manager.
Yeah, Justin Bieber's manager, but also Kris Jenner's at a point. Kris Jenner's
aged out of Justin Bieber. Man, they ain't no
Kris
regular
Jenner's looking for a good
That's
time.
European tours right there.
They ain't no regular.
I'm 30. Kris Jenner's looking for a good time. That's a black, young, strapping black man. He probably delivers supremium dick. Right. How you doing?
Whoa, that's a wild. That's a wild.
You're walking in at a bad time.
Premium.
That's what she's looking for. She don't need nobody money. Like, let's be real. Kris Jenner don't need nobody money. She doesn't need a rich man. Kris Jenner is very much paid. She's looking for a good time. She probably take care of that boy.
Okay, so I'll say that as a married...
That man, excuse me.
Hey, we're recording here, guys.
Yeah, studio audience.
As a married man, before you even make those type of steps or you get serious in your relationship, I think finances need to come up. That's one of the things. You need to talk about each other's debt. You need to know what's going on. You have to be very honest about where you are, both are in life.
Don't get me wrong. Y'all asking me from a woman's perspective.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm talking about men. I think men should have the same standard. I don't think, and they often don't, because it's like, the expectation is for the man to make the money. You find a girl, she's pretty. But it's perfectly fine if you like, hey, I've worked really this hard. I want a woman because a certain kind of woman. Obviously, we can all say certain salaries breed certain kinds of women. Yep. If a woman is making $80,000 to $90,000, $100,000 to $120,000 and upwards of that, then you can. Again, we're back to requirements. Require it. That's fine.
Okay. I don't want someone unless we wealthy and you really want to just stay at home, cool. But I really don't. That's not something I want. I'm working all day and then you just at home.
Right.
We're aging out, yoga, and you better be doing some other shit. Right.
And so the thing is, like you said, we're aging out of that. Even if we were to go all the way back to the gender roles and stuff of the woman who, granted, Love Shefty, please get your stuff, get your book.
We're gonna get into it.
I take pleasure in cooking, right? For people, if I have a kickback, I love for people to come and eat my food. So obviously, naturally, in a relationship, I like to feed my person. Right. It's not a thing that I feel like I need to do as a woman. I need to feed my man. The nigga needs to cook. My daddy cooks. So the gender roles are in my household. My father cooks. My mom can cook, but she don't. She doesn't have to. You know what I mean? Like, that's just what he does. And so, it's not a gender role thing. And so, but if it were, so if you're a man that's all I require of my woman is to cook, to take care of the kids, and to make sure blah, blah, blah. And as a result of that, you provide her whatever allowance, whatever. The expectation could be, can you build a house?
I want to
have to call nobody.
Be equally yoked, okay?
Let's be equally yoked in the stereotypes. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want, if I call and something is if it's a big ass spider in the room, don't come in here and get on the bed with me. Get in there and get that shit. What's happening here?
That nigga might got arachnophobia.
Ain't it? Well, figure it out. Men don't have that back then. What is that? They didn't even get it.
Know that.
I do know that arachnophobia did not become. Y'all can look this up. I don't know. That shit didn't come until the 70s.
Right.
On my fact check.
Yo, that shit came in the 70s. It came in the crack area when shit got all
Toasters, make sure y'all fact check that.
You ain't never seen a man in the 50s come home with that little metal toolbox thing they have and that hard hat and it's like it's a spider. I have arachnophobia. Yes, because if you had to say it, you have to say it like that. I have arachnophobia. I'm not killing no spiders.
I feel like
Baby, I have
that was like a
arachnophobia.
little twitch with that too.
It is. I don't know. That's just how it has to come. I ain't never seen the man be like,
What if it's a
honestly,
big spider? If it's a tarantula, nah,
I
we
ain't never-
moving.
there you go.
We moving. Fuck
say
that.
it. I need you to say it. Say it. You got it?
I don't got arachnophobia.
It seems like
I
you
got
it seems-
big ass spider tarantula phobia. That's what I have.
And my daddy tries to say it as best as he can as a man. I don't like spiders. He has arachnophobia.
I said as best I can. I don't like snakes and rats.
Oh, I don't do
fine.
mice.
Right, and that's fine.
But if it's in my house, I gotta figure it out. You know what I'm saying?
If it's in your house, your wife or your fiance, girlfriend, however it is, it's just like, it's a rat.
I gotta figure it out.
Alright, we all human, so first of all, we all get scared of some things. But I understand what you're saying. If the shit came out, I can't jump on the couch with you. I gotta
I'm only comparing this
Yeah,
to the man that feels like my woman should cook, my woman should take care of the baby.
So gender roles.
Okay. So don't come in here. All right, when I'm like, I want a new back room. We don't need to call nobody. You got it, huh? You got it, huh?
You a contractor, right?
Right. Or, I want to go shopping. You got it, huh? You ain't asking me where my money coming from.
You know, get the car fixed.
Right, but we're in a new age, so set your standards. Set your requirements. That's all I'm saying. Set your requirement. Everybody can require the most outlandish shit they want. If you a man, and I'm just going to throw it out there, you want your booty ate once a week, throw it out there. See what you can get.
So to take from this conversation,
Wow.
we went all the way there. But to take from this conversation is the lines of communication needs to be open when it comes to all of that.
I threw it out there. You want to
talk about?
Hey,
They were talking about it. Talk about it.
You ask.
That's why we got to guess.
So,
Don't ask
are
me
you?
what ask.
Oh, that
You
was.
gotta ask me if I'm eating niggas' booties once a week. No.
Would you eat your husband's? Or significant others, whatever.
You know, it's so much conversation surrounded about it. I need to know why you want it. What do you think?
Is that a little sus? Or do you find
It's
that?
not. So, oh my God, this is such a conversation. So this is the thing. So, two things. One, let's just go ahead and put it blanket because I feel like there may be some confusion. I'm not eating niggas' ass.
Okay.
That's the clip that was going up
That's
there.
the clip that was going on. And matter of fact, let me make sure I get this clip. I'm not eating niggas' ass. So, but this is the thing. No. It is not. So anything, I don't care what he wants. I know that sounds crazy.
Yeah.
But I don't care what he wants. I don't care if he wants like a little finger action. I don't know what he wants. And it's, if it is done within the confines of a relationship with the woman, it is technically not gay, not homosexual, however you want to give it up. Right. However, just because those are facts, don't mean that I'm not going to be like,
Little Sada.
you know what I mean? But the facts are the facts. People do big, wild shit in their relationship. It goes far. I think that's perfectly fine. I feel like you should be comfortable.
You should be comfortable in your relationship.
Yeah, you should be so comfortable.
Especially your sexuality.
To give it up.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And I feel like so many black men are tabooed with exploring their sexuality because of that. Everything is gay. Everything is sus.
And that's how black man was raised, though.
Right. Don't move this way. Don't like this thing. Like, I mean, if we getting really, really technical, a man's blah, 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 his, prostate or his G-spot is there.
Yeah.
And so it's just like, explore it with your woman. I'm all for it or whatever. Now, depending on how, and it's always about, like you said, it's about communication and approach. I'm not saying I'm anti it. Sometimes it's just about how you give it up. Like, because sometimes you just like, I heard this, blah, blah, blah. Maybe we can explore it. I might be down with it. If you come in like, this is what I get.
I just don't know if I want to be up there with my legs up in the air.
Maybe you don't gotta be.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe if you show me a different way. Maybe you can find you a G pose. Like, hey man, get what you need to get. Show me a different
Get
way.
what you need to find what you got to find.
At least let me have my feet on the ground. You know what I'm saying?
Or
at least my foot. You know what I'm saying? Let me get a foot on the ground.
There's nothing wrong with that. And it bothers me sometimes too when women. So just for the sake of the show, I'm not gonna say what I will and won't do, but it bothers me when women go so hard in heterosexual activities being like gay or taboo. It's just, man, get it how you live. You know what I
mean? As long as your happiness and calm your home. But
Facts.
It is sus. If a nigga just want fingers up his butt,
it is.
It is a little weird. Any woman's gonna be like, it's like, okay.
It's not. I don't think so.
A finger up your butt.
So I feel like,
ain't that far from anything else up your butt.
So this is the thing. I feel like the desire is different. It's different if you like, hey, you know, because like I said, there's levels. You ask like, oh, would you accept cheating? I was like, it's levels. It's levels to that too. It's levels to be like that's. It's just that the facts are the facts. The facts of the science is that it's there. And so your woman, you know, giving you head, grab your balls, and stuff, she put a little pressure on it, maybe, and then maybe she went in the next level, and maybe you know, like she's that's still your woman. You are looking at a woman.
If it goes to two fingers, it's sus then.
I don't know.
It's sus. Once you get to two fingers,
you're
it's sus.
looking at a woman that you are attracted to. Her butt is looking out, her boobs look out. That's what is arousing you. Now it's a whole different ballgame if you like, babe, put your do-rag on.
Y'all seen this Mr. C's interview? It was on IG with fucking Mano, and he asked him like, because he got caught up with like transgender, and he was like, so what is it? What is it about? He's like, that's my thing. I like that.
Yeah, so that's gay.
That is okay.
So that's gay. But so what I used to have the debate about in my household is that if you are a transgender, if you identify yourself as a woman, right? Even if you're a transgender woman, you can have heterosexual relationships with a transgender woman. It's the debate that we have in my house.
Okay, so this is the thing. Who's debating that? Is it you? Okay, just want to because I don't want to offend nobody that's on the air.
Hey, we all
no, but we deal. We
it's all right. So this is the thing.
We push the limits on our conversation.
We can, and I that's a beautiful thing that goes on in your household. So let me say this, and I'm not I accept it. I'm not on the air a lot saying much of anything, but I've accepted that I'm probably not gonna be, even though I'm a part of the LGBTQIA.
It's a lot of letters.
Community. Plus.
Hold up, studio audience. What is the
LGBTQIA
stand for?
Community.
Intersex.
Yeah.
And what's the A?
Asexual. Is it?
Asexual.
What is
ally?
What is
ally?
We're gonna talk about allyship in a minute.
And then there's a plus, right? So the plus, LGBTQIA plus.
Why you gotta add more letters? There's already a plus.
It doesn't matter.
I thought plus is everybody like.
It is, but just in case. So sometimes
is the H in there?
It's a correlation.
What's the H?
Hoes, heterosexual.
No, it's not. That's not in the community.
Why can't it be? If we accepted everything, why can't heterosexual be in there?
Because there's heterosexual. There's
that's not in that community.
Heterosexual is technically, I guess, the standard.
The LGBTQ and plus, it's supposed to everyone's.
But that's
equal.
fine. But then you're the plus. Shit, H is the plus. So as a member, I have very, I guess, probably polarizing views on some things. There's a lot of things trending that, like, I feel like it's so tempered and hot button that, like, regular opinion. So, like, if I, as a woman, I don't particularly, you know, I'm just gonna throw something out. Let's just say skinny white men. Like, right, that's my preference. I don't really care for white men in general, and then I'm just gonna add in skinny, like, because I don't like skinny men, right?
Like skinny men. All right.
So that's my preference, and that's okay. Nobody's gonna like shoot me down for being like, oh, she don't like skinny white men, right? Mm-hmm. And so I feel like it's become such a hot button for men to be like, hey, I'm a straight male, and I don't care for trans women. And then it's like, no, then you're transphobic. And it's like, that's not the fucking case. Yeah. Right? You can be a white man that does not care for black women, and you're not racist. You don't want a black woman.
You're just not attracted.
You're not attracted to black women, and that's okay. And so it's becoming this thing that, well, they're women, and women, it's just like, yeah, okay. Like, settle down, right?
But guess what?
They can't have a child. Maybe not. And so maybe my preference is, hey, this is what I want. Like, I am a man. It is my preference to date a woman that was, whether you claim it to be, oh, that's just a label that you give, that was labeled a woman at birth, a female at the time, a female human at birth, and remain that way, right? That's a preference, and that's perfectly fine. Even like, you know, we got the whole like colorism thing, and we can go into, if it's a man and he says, hey, I'm attracted. We can get definitely deep into his mental of why he's that way. But if he says, I'm a man and I'm attracted to dark-skinned women, or I only really like red bone, yellow bone kind of women, like I stray away from dark-skinned women, we could definitely talk about him and talk about, but that's his man's preference. Yeah. That's his preference. If he's a man, he's like, I don't like fat girls, then he's not fat shaming. Now, if he's on his Instagram like fat bitches, blah, blah, oh my God, Lizzo is blah, 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 then that is that. But if he's just like, I don't have a problem with him, I want them to flourish, but it's my preference that I do with my member.
Yeah, right.
What I prefer, and so I don't agree all the time. So no to me. If you are a man and you're a heterosexual man, or what is called cis male or something like that, and then Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what it is.
It's a lot of terms.
It's a lot of terms. So if you are a cis straight male and you prefer cisgendered straight woman, and then that's your preference. So it's just like I shouldn't have to be like, oh, I'm with a trans woman, and now I'm transphobic because I don't want to be with that, or get tricked into it. Like, come on, like you're at this point now you're playing into people's mentals, right? And so it's just like,
well, I don't think you should ever trick anyone to.
I don't.
That's dangerous on both sides.
One thing
like shit, we already do. So it's tricky enough to get a bitch with a body shaper on. Then you get her home, you got to deal with that. Now all of a sudden she might have used to have the dick. I don't know.
She might have used that.
She might have used to.
Jesus Christ.
But she want to disclose that, or she shouldn't have to disclose. I'm on the fence about it, so I won't give my opinion. But it's just like I'm a little shaky.
Okay, well let's get into you. Let's do that. So you have a cookbook out.
I do.
What's the title of your cookbook?
It is. Is there?
It's right here. It's right here in front.
So y'all can see it. It's You Got Out to Eat Money. So
I like that.
Yeah, do you? The book came about is that during the pandemic, or even before, but really I got it from the pandemic of people. Even before we're spending money, or the average Black family spends a large amount like eating out, right? And it's just like not really worth it, or that money can be put somewhere else, or as the trend goes, start your LLC with your $50 that you save. So, but really, like no joke,
Start your LLC.
Start your LLC. Invest and flip. Nah, but really, that money could be saved, and like you feed, or could do so much more, with that money if you just save the money and cook at home. So it's just like during the pandemic, everybody had to were forced to explore that option, right? And so now you're finding out that, okay, 1, my girl can't cook. 2, my guy can't cook. And 3, even if we really tried, we wouldn't know what to cook. And so I'm just like, you know what? Put that money somewhere else. And I got like simple recipes where it's just like, if
Give me a couple of your simple, good recipes.
So boom, on an average, right, for breakfast, we all have experience unwrapping them can of biscuits and you get them, make them.
Pillsbury dough biscuits.
Yeah, it's literally gonna cost you probably $1 to make you 24 to 40 biscuits.
Yeah.
Like, make them yourself, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, it's quick. It's not like people see it because, you used to watch my grandmama make biscuits. It's flour everywhere, but it's really not as difficult. So it's like,
biscuits.
make them. Your mama biscuits.
My mama biscuits.
You got that's in there. Wings. How many times we go to Wingstop and get lemon pepper wings? Lemon pepper, anywhere to get lemon pepper, Lord.
Give me a lemon pepper water.
Lemon pepper, garlic, hot honey lemon. Make them wings. It's too easy. And so like those just kinds of things that we would typically go grab, it's in there. Pastas, stuff that you can do with your leftovers.
Any vegetarian, vegan?
Nah, it's not this book. It's actually in the beginning of it. It says, if you are that, put it back.
This ain't for you.
I got some of that coming, but this
you
ain't
got,
that book.
I do. Diversify.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, you got to diversify. Okay. It says, hey, this book right here, this one in particular, it's not for you if you also are on like a, your keto diet. Because even I wrote this probably on a keto diet. This ain't for if you low fat, low none of that. This is, I want something to eat. I want it good, and I don't feel like going nowhere. Get it. This is what that is. So, yeah, like it's all kind of stuff in there, and I will have another one coming like for Thanksgiving, and I feel like more people have been wanting to get back into it, like guys too. Like I got guys that's like, yo, I want to cook something, I want to make something special, blah blah blah, because they're not being toxic in gender roles, so they want to cook for these ladies, and it's just like, yo, get it, grab it, boo. I got pastas in there, all kinds of stuff, salads.
That's your name. You know your name.
Yeah. So wait, where can they get this book?
Well, right now the hard copies are sold out, but you can get the ebook on my website. Go to MetchieDavis.com/LoveChefD. The ebook is there. It's quick. You can have it on your phone, iPad. So I know a lot of people that keep the iPads like in the kitchen just for reference. So get the ebook. I might do like a redrop of the hard copies, but yeah, get the ebook. Ebook is $15, I think. Now into forever. The ebook's always available. So yeah, just grab it.
So what got you into being a chef? What was that?
So honestly, we have my dad. I told you, he cooks for our household, and so it started terrible. I ain't gonna hold you, and we would have to eat that shit no matter what. And so
if you gonna eat this,
yeah, it was like McDonald's. If you not, it was that or go to bed. That kind of energy, the toxic black energy. Yeah, black families, we can eat cereal. I love cereal, by the way.
Me too. Yeah.
So yeah, it became a thing of like, and he would be trying though. Like he like one time like he's right now. My dad has the best roast you've ever tasted, but it started somewhere, and it used to really taste like tires. And we had to, like, when I see it, it was one of those things. You know, how kids sometimes like be like, we eat, like what we eating? Like, he made a roast, and I'd be like, yeah. Like a whole situation because you would be chewing forever, and it would piss him off that I'd be crying like, you gonna sit your ass here and eat it, but he would be like, damn, like why she don't like my shit? Like, you know what I mean? Like I made this, you know what I mean? So he worked on it, and I guess just like the ingenuity and the effort of being like, I want to cook for my family, and I want them to like it. Like I want them to like it. I want them to go to bed full, and he worked, and he got better. And he brought me in, like, I want to show you how to make this. And so I was little, like the first thing I ever learned how to cook was a grilled cheese sandwich. And it was because, you know, they don't have these kinds of kids anymore, but we were something called latchkey kids. And what that means, world, for the children that, you know, are like 15 and can't stay home by themselves. These are the kids that got off the bus and you home by yourself a little bit, you know, before the time that your parents get home or another sibling gets home. And so I wasn't allowed to work the stove. And only thing I could work was, I think, the toaster. And then but I love grilled cheese. My mom actually taught me how to make one on the stove, but I couldn't use the stove, so she bought me like a panini maker. Yeah. So I could plug that up and I could make one, and I would get home and I would make my grilled cheese, and I would do everything I can to. Sometimes I put bacon on it, sometimes I put a little meat in it, and so that was like my story. And so that was like the first thing I learned how to make, and then he would bring me in the kitchen, and we got better, and we got better, and we got better, and then that was just that. We got to college, I cooked for my friends, I cooked for my line sisters on the nights when we needed to eat, you know, just.
So you was also on MasterChef.
MasterChef, I
season
was.
6.
And you know, if
1,
you don't
2,
have,
3.
Yeah, let them know seasons so they can go back and watch.
Season 6, episodes 1, 2, and 3. And you don't really have to go and watch it.
Nah, go watch it.
To be perfectly honest.
Toasters, go watch it. Toasters.
So the experience on the show, it was great. It was great. It was a great experience. Really stressful. I was probably like 10 pounds heavier too. It was very stressful during a very stressful time. But it was a good show. I learned so much from it.
How did you get there?
I lived in Atlanta at the time, and they came right to Atlanta. They did basically auditions, and you had to bring a meal, like you know, cooked it at home, or you can try to cook some of it there. But you had to bring a meal that you prepared yourself to. It was like some big hotel. It might have been like Civic Center, who knows, somewhere in Atlanta. And it was like a circle of people, and they judged the food. And they, you know, they judge the food, and you make it the first round off your food, and the second round you had to do like almost like a personality test. They ask you questions. They just want to see how you come off on camera. So what I made was in all. Oh, you vegan?
No.
Oh, in all grass-fed beef, pork, or whatever, like lasagna. And so,
and it travels well.
Yeah, it travels well. And so that's why I made it, because I was like, what am I going to be able to make? And I was worried too. I was like, yeah, people going to cheat. What if somebody go to Ruth's Chris and get a steak? You know, blah, blah, blah. You never know. But I guess they could probably tell. And that's not the best steak, you know.
It's really not.
It's not. So, I made the lasagna, and they went around, they tasted. And so how that ended up going is they would taste and be like, okay, they make a note. They taste, make a note. And so they had been there all day, like all morning. And I think I was the second round of people, and they were hungry. And so they tasted my lasagna. I had like 3 little small ramekins of it. It wasn't like a big pan. I had small ramekins. They tasted it, and they were like, "This is like really good." So they're supposed to just write and keep going, and they hadn't eaten lunch. Yeah. And so they were like, "Come back, you know." They called 2 more judges, like, "Taste your lasagna." And it's just in my mind, I'm like, "Damn, it's just lasagna." You know what I mean? But my lasagna is busting. I ain't gonna hold you.
Right.
They tasted again. They were just like, you know, would you mind if we take these? Like, we haven't eaten. And they tasted it, and everybody was looking like, damn, like they tasted my shit. Kept like one guy had a ceviche. They tasted it. They kept walking. He was like, "Oh, you can have mine too for lunch." They was like, "We straight." So dead ass. So you know, they tasted it. And it was like, you know, did you have more? And I was like, "Yeah, I brought 2 extra ramekins." They was like, "Please, like we haven't eaten. We want to eat this for lunch." So I was like, "Oh, I'm in there, bitch." So I was. And I made it to the next round. They wanted to do our personality. And they flew us to Cali, and it was what we thought it was like. So it was a special like surprise show. It ended up being like 50 people, right, in a room. And you think you're competing, and people were getting eliminated, like, as we were there, and I'm just, like, you know, holding on. And we actually made it onto the show. There were 25 people, and they opened these gates, and 25 other people that were, like, on a completely opposite end of the hotel in Cali, going through the same process. We never knew. So it was 25 and 25, and we pretty much just kind of went head-to-head. I got eliminated because I made some, don't laugh. I made some chocolate chicken, but it's a story to it. I swear to God.
I gotta hear this one.
Right. Real quick.
Chocolate and chicken don't mix.
It don't. So what happened is there's a sauce. It's called mole, right? The sauce is called a mole. It's a Mexican sauce, and it has chocolate in it, right? And so what has like cocoa powder in it or whatever. And so it's made over like the course of like days at least though. Like it takes a while to make it. And so I was being a little ambitious, and they gave us a basket, and it was like, you know, what you gonna do with it? So there was chocolate in my basket, and I had chicken, and so I was like, this is the first thing I thought of, and I was like, I don't know what else I'm gonna do with this, so I'm gonna make a mole. And so because the mole is it's a spicy sauce, and it don't really have, it has chocolate in it, but it's nothing to do with chocolate. And so mine came out to be chocolate chicken though. And so I had to put it on there, and it was like swoop, you know, I tried to do my little spoon shit, and they went in, they was like, man, what did you do, smear shit on the plate? And I was like, y'all didn't have to go. My mama was at home cussing. Have you ever let me talk to my damn baby like that? Don't disrespect her.
Was it chicken fried? Like,
yeah, no, I believe I like pan seared it, and I had like, you know, my greens. I may have roasted
fried. It might have been a little chocolate.
It might have worked. So and it was like the chicken was seasoned well, so like the flavor profile, and then off camera. So low key, it wasn't that bad. He tasted it and was like, honestly, it's not bad, but that ain't what they put on camera and shit.
Right.
And he was just
they did
like,
it for the rating.
they didn't do it for the rating. But he tasted it and was just like, you know, essentially just like chocolate chicken. So this ain't it. And I was like, all right, well, you know, do what you need to do. Fuck it, you ain't gonna play me on camera. Fuck all y'all. I started to do it, knock some shit over, but I won't do it. But yeah, it was a great experience, great show. I honestly think they were going for that. I think they wanted me to be a little token angry blackish. I won't give that up. Like that's just not my personality. Now I was just like, y'all want me to knock this shit over, and low key I want to, but I ain't gonna give y'all satisfaction.
I feel that.
Yeah, but it was great. So yeah, get the ebook. It's there. Aprons to
people couldn't like, I don't know. They want to do something special. Book you as a chef.
Yeah, you can book me as a chef. Everything is on my website. You can go to metchiedavis.com. In the contact section, if you want to get booked for chef services, you got a wedding or catering services, or you know, I do like, you know, personal like date night events or something like that. I ain't gonna hold you, it ain't cheap, but you know, people are rich these days. If you got your stimulus,
you got stimmy money.
If you got your stimmy, hit me up. And yeah, you can give me the idea of what you want. If it's weddings, if it's you know, parties, Super Bowl, games, or just anything, you know. And I do have, you know, packages where I'm there and I'm actively cooking because I have like these burners and things that I bring with me. Or you can just order some food. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I want your wings, I want your mac and cheese, and you know, we can get that.
So you are a woman of many talents.
I am.
And you are a comedian. Is how you introduce yourself.
Yes.
How did you get into comedy?
It didn't even really get into thing. Now that's the thing. So I actually will say I got into cooking, right? So after a while, you learn. I've been funny my whole life. Like legitimately, I came out this way. And so after a while I found out like, oh, well, this is a thing. Like you can make money doing it. And so even just yesterday I hosted someone had a trap karaoke like party thing. They hired me as a host. We had a really good time. Dope. And so like, you know, I found out that like anything that you can do, I heard someone say, let me not get the quote wrong, anything that you can do naturally well, you know, is your talent, but anything that you have a passion to do is your gift, right? And so it's just like, it runs synonymous with me. Right. And so it's just like, I do it naturally. I like to make people laugh. Like it's literally the best medicine. You know what I'm saying? Like people, especially during these times, people, it ain't shit funny right now. It ain't shit funny. Everybody tired. So it's just like, if you can bring a smile to somebody or just let them leave better than they came, like that's all I'm here for. And so like, yeah, so I do like, you know, stand up or like you said, hosting events. If you just want, you know, I've done a wedding.
I was going to ask if you do weddings.
Yeah, I did a wedding a couple years back. Before the pandemic, basically. So yeah, you do weddings. Just make somebody's event live. You know what I mean? Like have fun. So yeah.
You say you do stand up?
Yeah.
How long have you been doing that?
Started my first stand up set I did in 2013 at a comedy club in Atlanta. You know what? So that went well. Okay. Well, I don't know. It was a mix. So there's a couple things here. So I was nervous as hell. I was so nervous because it's Atlanta, right? And so it's not like I'm in, you know, at home in some little comedy club where I could just get my shit off. There was like people coming in. I want to say Chris Tucker came in like my first night. I was like, what the hell is happening? I'm not going up there. Yeah. And so I was nervous. And so I got on stage. I remember it's so funny because I remember a story of Jay-Z saying that he did this in his first time. But anyway, I'm telling my jokes. And the people right in the front are like cracking up. But I'm not getting like the big laughs I want. And I'm just like, damn, like, you know, whatever. I'm still going though. I'm going. And I also have a tendency to, the more nervous I am, the faster I speak. So I'm like speeding through these jokes. But the people in the front are like dying. I'm dying. And so I'm just like, all right, done my set. I'm out. I just didn't want to get booed.
Right.
Getting booed is some hell. And so by the way, I've never gotten booed yet, but I've seen it, and it is like the most discouraging thing ever. But every comedian has his day. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Probably not to me, knock on wood.
On couch.
I'm funny, yes, on the couch. Yeah. Some wood around here, hell, some wood, like on a tree. I'm funny, so shit. I hope it never happens, but it hasn't happened to date. But it happens. The funniest comedians of all time have their stories.
Yeah.
And so I got done with my set. I got to the back of the stage, and one of the guys that was waiting, he was like, "Man," he was like, "I felt like you were saying some funny shit." He's like, "We can hear you," and I was like, "Oh," he was like, "You had your hand over the mic," and he was like, "We was trying to tell you like move your hand." And I was like, "Oh," and in my head I was like, "I'm never coming back." And so the next night I came back killed. People were dying. I was like, "Yo, this could be a thing." And so you're never not nervous. I don't care how big you are. Eddie Murphy, I ain't gonna put him in that group because he's really beyond his shit. But I'll say Kevin Hart. Every comedian has to get their stuff together, work off the nerves before you go out and do your thing.
That's one of the things that's on my bucket list. I always wanted to do like an amateur,
amateur night, like stripping or
no.
Okay.
How we going here?
What you into?
Gotta get the jokes off. You are an easy target.
I've always wanted to do like an amateur.
What's your joke? Boom, you got a joke?
No, I'm not ready. I'm not there yet.
All right. I don't even have a joke off the hand.
Yeah,
I was gonna ask what's your best joke?
Nah.
Come on, for the toast.
You want like a knock some shit? I got
knock.
Some quick shit.
Boom, 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 boom. I got y'all about to die, bitch. Watch y'all die. Hold on. Alright. I forgot how the damn joke go. How much shit go? Alright, what did the titty say?
So you can't laugh before the joke. We're not going to
You gonna laugh. Alright, what did the saggy titty say? The saggy titty, y'all say what? Damn, come on. What did the two saggy titties say?
What did it say? Okay, what?
Alright, we gotta pick ourselves up or somebody's gonna think we're nuts.
Okay, I got you.
What do you get when you mix a fly, a car, and a pet?
Shit, I don't know.
A flying carpet. I'm hot on this bitch. Come on now.
A flying carpet.
These not the ones you know. These are the stage jokes.
No,
You know they are.
You know my joke.
These are throwaways. These are throwaways.
Why y'all put on my throwaways? These shits is hot.
I got you.
Nah, I'm just fucking with you. So, yeah, so that's like a comedian's. Like, nobody hates it. Everybody be like, be funny. Say a joke.
Right.
But,
I thought you had like go-to material.
Nah.
Like some shit
Well, yeah, but
some
the whole set, they
What
do
do
stories.
you talk about? You talk about your life? What do you talk about?
Nah, so yeah, every comedian has a style. I'm more of a storyteller.
Okay.
And so,
I like storytellers.
yeah, I tell stories. Pretty much it's my life. It's like life experiences, the shit I go through on a day-to-day, stuff I see that happens. So it's not really, like jokes. Like obviously, well, it's comedians that really do be having not jokes and shit. But yeah, so I'm a storyteller. It literally be about my life. I talk about my childhood, parents, getting my ass whooped. Y'all all had it. Y'all got whoopings or no?
Yes.
Some people didn't,
Ass
some
whoopings.
people were early progressive
I
parents.
got ass whoopings.
I got ass whoopings, like real live.
I think I'm gonna be an early progressive parent.
Me too. I
don't know if I'm gonna
We've aged out. I'm not whooping my kids. It was so unnecessary.
You know why black people
We
whoop their
discussed
kids?
it. We discussed it, and I
I'm
don't
not
know. It's a
Black
toss-up.
people whoop they only
not-
race that whoop their kids is because of slavery.
Well,
See, and
I'm
it's so sad. Well, look, you see how you put his head down like, damn, I got my ass whooped, but I want to go. My mom was thinking about.
I mean, I look at it like this. Like when I got beats from my mother, it was always for a purpose. It was never just I'm gonna come home and beat your ass.
Oh, that's a difference.
still
Nigga, that's a
wrong,
difference.
though.
This is a difference.
it's still, but it's just other
But
ways,
you can
man.
teach. It's other ways.
You can, but that wasn't Angela's choice.
You get the teaching, and then you get Kirk Franklin's son
I like
cussing you out.
I love the transition.
Cussing you out on the motherfucking air and putting you on social media and
As a
shit.
grown ass man,
I think
that
that's-
nigga 33
You
years
know what I'm
old.
saying? So it's
All
and
I'm saying is-
I hate this biblical quote, but spare the child, or spare the rod,
You
spoil
don't
the
even know
child.
that's how
I
bad
do.
your whippers was. You
Right,
fucked
them
up
shit
the
was
cook.
bad.
You see this nigga recording podcasts
But
on
this
Sunday.
is the thing.
Nigga. Last time he in the
This is the
church.
thing. All I'm saying is the facts seem to be on the recording. We heard Kirk Franklin say out of his own mouth that you so. Can I say what I said?
Yeah, go ahead.
The man said,
ahead.
"With your bitch ass."
Yeah.
That's what he said. And just if it lines up correctly, the boy is 30-something. He recorded his daddy and then posted it. That's really bitch ass shit.
That's some bitch ass
So
shit.
Kirk won't lie. Now, should he have said that?
No.
Under the
But
eye of the gospel
he didn't think
revolution?
he didn't think it was getting recorded either.
That's what they said. They said Kirk said, "Bitch niggas, are you with me?" Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We at the church. We ain't going nowhere. Bitch niggas, are you with me? Kirk ain't lie. That's all I'm saying. All I know is that son ain't have to. And I feel like people too, because we instantly when we heard it, we was like, "Damn, Kirk, like that's your son." Until we found out that it was 30. Like, come on, man.
I didn't say that was your son.
I did. I thought he was a teenager.
All right, so wait. Is it because he's not a preacher or pastor? He's a religious
minister? He's a
Yeah.
he's a music
so
minister.
You don't think they don't cut? They'd be the worst people sometimes.
That's what we know though, and so
Sister Odell?
Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
The issue.
Niggas don't watch TV. Niggas don't have a
Sister
childhood.
Odell.
Sister Odell.
That's Steve Harvey.
That's Steve Harvey.
It's the Kings of Comedy. Sister Odell.
But this is the
I
thing.
don't remember that.
I think the thing is, it's not about what it is or what Christian. It's really about, because we can all say what we think. It's about how Christians portray themselves.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like Kirk portrays himself in a way, that is God rearing and God first and whatever, and so it leaves no room for him to make those kind of
But
errors,
Kirk
even though
have
we all
made
know that they
mistakes.
do.
But Kirk, the thing is, like you said, Kirk has made mistakes before, and he's come out and open and admitted those
Yeah,
mistakes.
I'm on Kirk's side. Let's
Yeah.
make that clear. I'm with it. But as far as how the public looks and how Christianity is, because all of them have been involved in something, to be honest. We got
Right.
Donnie was in some stuff, Kim Burrell, all of them have been proved. But it's about, I guess, the stigma of Christianity presents itself to be so.
They be the most sinners.
They be the
The
best
only
of
reason
them.
people care right now is because COVID. Honestly, if the world was open right now and everybody could be traveling, doing really what the fuck, this would have been. It
People
would have
find
been a
a reason to care about
post.
everything.
It would have been a one-day post, and people would talk about it, and it really wouldn't. Nobody would really care.
I feel like the low-key
Nobody
still
would
was.
care about this Quavo
I
shit.
think
all
people
that
would
shit.
care. People always care
No,
about
people always care because
People
always got
always
something to
care.
say.
Social
Everybody
media has
has
amplified so
When
much.
I agree.
When you are in the limelight or whatever, and somebody finds something that they don't agree with,
It's spicy.
they just post it. I want to get these likes. I want to hear what people's conversation is. So just get something started. That's what people do.
I get that. I'm just saying, like, it wouldn't be as big as probably. It would be like, okay, but we moved on. Like, niggas, I would have been outside. I was like, oh, we had a day party or some shit. Like, nobody.
So what I look at it with that is that opens a bigger conversation. Like you were saying, like with Christianity and everything, people are very.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Christianity is a tough subject, especially like with this generation and younger, because people like that were in the church as an adults aren't going to the church. So it's like you looking at different things and they see this popping up. They're like, yeah, see, this is why I don't really mess with the church like that, because you have people doing this. Or even like you want to look at it from the homosexual standpoint, where they're like, oh, I don't believe in homosexuality, but no sin is different from another. There's no one that's greater than the other. You know what I mean?
I feel like. Yeah.
So that's why I say.
And nobody has a heaven or hell to put anybody in. Like I said, there's nothing. We've all heard it, so it's not like we like Kirk is saying things we've never heard.
Right.
What the issue is that on a regular day, Kirk is presenting himself to be something. I don't want to say something he's not, but something he's not. You know what I mean? Like you're human, and so unfortunately, you live a life that presents you to be a little bit above being a human being, and so. The most of us with the brains to be like, yo, a man is a man. You know what I mean? Right. If he felt disrespected as a man, which I believe apparently in the first part of that tape he was. Apparently that son was off some big wild stuff, and as a man he felt disrespected. He responded as a man that felt disrespected. But everybody's like, well, Kirk, everybody was expecting you to be like, giving that same voice that he give when you got to give you the words. Can you hold me now? You just should have. Maybe you would have gave it up like that. You's a bitch, nigga. I'm gonna say it. Everybody come in with me. You's a bitch. So who knows?
Do we have any toaster mail?
Yeah, I was actually.
I'm here with you.
Same
wavelength. I got
All
you.
right, yeah. So toaster mail. So this is a segment where we have people come in and they message us or DM us and they'll ask questions. It's anonymous, or they can say their name. So for our toaster mail, if you didn't know, you can DM us at I'll Toast That on IG and Facebook, or you can email us at outtostthatpod@gmail.com. So today we actually do. She said her name. Her name is Denise.
You supposed to say
Hey, Denise.
She said yes.
But I'm saying just because she said Denise, maybe she told you, but she wanted to be anonymous. Anyway, hey Denise. Shit, you out here now. Go ahead.
Hi Denise.
Hey Denise.
Hi Denise.
Hey girl.
I ain't say her last name. Shit. Hi Denise. I have a boyfriend. We're dating. We've been dating already for 3 years. We live together. As my best friend lives in another city, she just split up with her ex, and I wanted to support her. and cheer her up. She came to our place where my boyfriend lives and he started flirting with her and said to me that she looked good. My friend feels uncomfortable. I feel jealous. I don't know what this means. Is flirting cheating, and is he cheating?
Yeah, a couple things here. Okay,
Yeah.
Denise. Sorry for that, friend. So to Denise, hold on, Denise, friend. I'm sorry because you did not come here for that. Okay, and so two things, Denise. That I feel jealous kind of is just through me because it should be more of I feel pissed. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because you jealous of. That's your friend. And so he's so disrespectful because one, he's flirting, and two, I think he out with it. Shit, you know. I guess the lines of communication is open. Yeah, I think your friend look good.
Did she flirt back? That's a
Right,
real
that's
one.
why
She said she's upset, so I
Her
doubt.
friend said she's
Her friend said she was uncomfortable, so
she
I doubt she.
But was
flirted
he
back.
trying to just make her feel comfortable? Like, I don't know what.
No, that's not. Yeah,
make
I don't
her
know.
feel comfortable. Like, oh, this is my first time. Like, maybe he was just joking around.
I feel like, maybe not. Maybe making me feel comfortable is because it's cold here, give me a blanket and something to fucking drink. Telling me my ass look nice, or telling me, girl, you looking sexy, blah, blah, blah. It's just, it's a bit
telling
too
you-
She
much.
just got her breakup, so he trying to lift her up.
Not too much.
He's
Not too much.
I see what you're trying to do.
I see where you're going, and that's fine, because I see where you're going with it, but if it's to the degree that both Denise and the girl feel uncomfortable, you did too much.
Okay.
This ain't no, hey man, fuck him, you a good looking girl, you can have anybody
Right.
you want.
Pep talk.
Keep him. That's not a pep talk. The girl is uncomfortable. I don't like what your nigga's saying to me. And now Denise, he said enough to where Denise is jealous. So some shit
might be
he
trying to
never
get
said
3
Denise
on the
before.
weekend.
Maybe. That just is a bit much. So Denise, let him go.
Yeah.
Is it cheating? No, I feel like cheating is very literal. Everybody always has this thing of like, is this cheating?
Flirting could.
Flirting isn't cheating.
Flirting
It may be unacceptable with, like I said, with the standards that you set for your relationship, but no, it's not cheating. Like flirting with somebody isn't cheating. To me,
women flirt for drinks when they go out and don't
Yeah,
even,
we have to
but
do
don't
that.
even.
Y'all don't
go
have to
nowhere.
do that. You
Yeah,
have
we
money.
fuck
You
up.
wealthy.
I don't have to flirt. I'm very cute. Them drinks is coming, and if they not, get away from my section. Get away from my section, though. But I would show hate for somebody to think me not paying for my own drink is flirting because we ain't gonna be able to make it. Because child, I'm not paying for this stuff tonight.
Yeah.
When these niggas is in here high. And
All right, so
Denise,
I don't
no-
think. Wait, I don't
no
think flirting
flirting.
is cheating. Maybe I don't know what he said. I wish he would have said what he said. So then we can actually know.
enough.
So she can
It
write
seems
back.
like a dancer is enough. He said enough
He
to
did
make
say
a
enough.
Denise.
He made the
to
girl
make
feel
Denise
uncomfortable.
and the girl.
And
So
she jealous.
he ain't shit. Denise, leave him alone. You shouldn't feel jealous, sis. Be confident in what you in because it's his job to not ever make you feel otherwise.
Yeah.
And so the fact that he's confident with doing so in front of your face, girl, get rid of him and go to therapy because you.
I want to know. He could have really just been like, yo, trying to boost her head. Like, oh, that's what. Nah, you a bad little bitch. Nah, 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 nah.
That's a bad little bit.
A bad little
What
bitch.
I'm about to say is what.
Levels.
It's levels. There's gas and there's diesel. He's like the gas is fine. Gas, my homegirl, she feel bad. You know, they let her know she look good, and then here you go. Why I got to be jealous? Not too much. And then because there's literally, honestly, you a good looking girl. You can have anybody you want. Then it's honestly, you fine as hell. You look good to me.
Shit,
I'm
I
looking
wasn't
at
with
you.
Denise right now.
Yeah, I'm
we
looking
was
at you like shit. You got on that shit. Denise don't ever wear that shit that you got on.
He having lovers
He
remorse.
fell in love
With the one joint.
joint.
and
Right.
the girl
That does
fell
happen
better.
sometimes. You be like, yo, I met this joint. And she
Wait a
bring her
minute.
friends
What
over.
happened?
And you
It does happen.
that happens where
Both ways.
Even both ways.
Yeah. Girls
You'll you met this dude.
Yeah.
He like, oh yeah, I'm going to my friend's birthday
Ooh,
party,
the
and then
homeboy.
he brings it. You like, damn, I got the ugly one out the crew.
My
that
God.
happens.
You can taper that off though. I'm gonna rub the side of the couch then. That's me. You gonna start feeling her getting. When I say it's instant distance. Honestly, no, I'm not hungry.
She
I'm
start
not hungry
talking to
right now.
other niggas, just oh no,
It
yeah.
depends on how long they've been, especially if she just met him. Then it's just like, you know what I'm saying? I bet you've been dating for like 2 days. Won't bring my boys. I'm cutting that shit off. Get out of here before we go to the lines. I'm saying it too a bunch of times. I'm not your girl. We're not even together.
That's why you don't bring your friends around until after.
Facts.
After
Later.
when it crosses
You
the
done
barrier.
did what you need to do to put it down, hopefully.
Your
You know what I'm
homeboys
saying?
Bring it, especially if you really. She was like really, really like, ugh, I'm just gonna make an exception.
Because niggas
to
know
my
they the ugly
standards.
nigga out the group.
They know.
Niggas know.
That's why they want to bring them homeboys so they can show. That's usually when she should know. I'm gonna bring all my boys to come. It's only day 2.
Yeah.
Then the boys
Niggas
come,
know.
you be like, God damn, I'm sending a text. God damn, you ain't gonna believe this shit. This
Well-
nigga can't even, his beard don't even connect on the sides. And here comes this friend.
If you like this episode, allow Toasted That Podcast, like, subscribe, share. Meechie did a hell of a job
Yes.
up here.
Well, guys.
Your social media website.
Yeah, plug it.
At MeechieDavis.com for the funny, at Love Chef D for the food, MeechieDavis.com for all of it. Yeah.
Any comedy
See about
shows are coming up.
all of that. You'll see it on the
This
website.
episode-
Nothing coming up as of now. It's still COVID.
Okay.
This episode is dropping tomorrow. She does Metchie Money Mondays.
Oh, that's coming up. There you go. See,
I got you.
that's what happens. We ain't got you. When you got your own stuff together, people like, hey.
I got you.
Metchie Money Mondays is an IG game show, only game show on Instagram that I do. It's super fun. Every single Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 Central. I guess 5 if y'all over there on the West Coast. Come out, Instagram Live. You can come on my IG Live. Just go to my page at Metchie Davis, 7 o'clock Eastern Time. We have different topics all the time. Last week was music. This week, join the sea.
Once again, we're sponsored by One Hope Champagne Company. I'm waiting my man to curate the music real quick so we can get up out of here. We're still in time for brunch.
Oh yeah.
Anything? How did you like?
Oh, I loved it, man. You guys are wonderful. Real quick, because this was trending. As we go out, since you mentioned brunch, we go to brunch. We got me. I'm the home girl, and you got your wife, and she and I are having brunch. You show up. You paying for who's food? Everybody or?
I gotta pay for the table.
Y'all some fucking lies. Hey yo,
give me that.
I gotta pay for the table.
Granted, you don't have to, but it's a gentleman.
If it's my girl and her best friend, you gotta pay for the table. Gotta pay for the table.
Look at it, and this nigga.
Y'all niggas ain't married. These niggas not married yet. They engaged. They don't know yet. All right.
That man said, I seen these girls' brunch bills. The kind of girls I like. Gotta be bent.
Make sure you
You
got
got
some drink in
anything
your
on
cup.
it? Just put something on it, man.
Make sure you got some drink in your cup.
I got drink in my
Again,
cup.
like, subscribe, comment. If liquor was an ocean, I'd be a duck. I swim to the bottom and I drink my way up. But since we're not a duck and there's liquor in our cup, it's time to get fucked up. Stay fucked up. Stay toasty.
Stay toasty. I like it. Damn, I'm a duck. The good kind.